In every journey of life, there comes a moment when we search for something simple yet powerful, something that can help us rise above our struggles and guide us toward a better tomorrow. My friends, life is not transformed by miracles or magic, but by small intentional actions that we repeat with courage and consistency. These are the real life hacks, the quiet forces that turn ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. They are not tricks, they are truths. And when we embrace them, we discover that even the smallest change can open the door to a greater destiny. Today, I invite you to look beyond shortcuts and quick solutions, and instead focus on the habits that strengthen your mind, sharpen your purpose, and prepare your spirit for the heights it is meant to reach. Because within you lies a power far greater than any obstacle you face. A power waiting to be awakened by simple, practical steps that actually work. Let us begin this journey together, with hope in our hearts and determination in our stride. True life hacks begin with discipline, not shortcuts, because nothing meaningful in life is built on shaky foundations. Discipline is the quiet force that strengthens your character when no one is watching. It is the voice within you that says, "Try again." When the world expects you to quit, many people search for shortcuts, believing there is an easier road to success, but shortcuts often lead us back to where we started, confused, exhausted, and discouraged. Discipline, however, leads us forward. It may demand effort, patience, and sacrifice, but it rewards us with progress that lasts, confidence that grows, and a life that stands firm even in storms. When you choose discipline, you choose the power to shape your own destiny. You begin to understand that every small action matters. Waking up a little earlier, saying no to distractions, learning a new skill, practicing self-control. These actions may feel ordinary, but combined they create extraordinary results. Discipline teaches you that consistency is more valuable than intensity. Anyone can be motivated for a day, but those who stay committed through the days they feel tired, lost, or uninspired are the ones who rise to greatness. There will be moments when discipline feels uncomfortable. You may feel tempted to return to old habits or follow the easier path. But remind yourself that every comfort zone is a cage disguised as safety. True growth demands courage. The courage to do what is difficult, the courage to keep going when progress seems slow, and the courage to trust the journey even when you cannot yet see the destination. Discipline does not remove struggle. It transforms struggle into strength. It turns fear into resilience and delays into preparation. Through discipline, you learn the value of patience. You begin to appreciate that success is not an overnight achievement, but a daily practice. Every great leader, every accomplished individual, every person who has inspired the world has relied on the foundation of discipline. It is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It is the commitment that lifts your actions beyond emotion, making you dependable, focused, and determined. As you walk this path, you will discover that discipline also brings freedom, the freedom to control your choices, your time, and your direction in life. It frees you from the chaos of uncertainty and the regret of wasted opportunities. It gives you the clarity to rise each day with purpose, knowing that you are building something strong, meaningful, and lasting. So let discipline be your greatest life hack. Let it guide your steps, strengthen your spirit, and push you closer to the person you are meant to become. Choose discipline over shortcuts, effort over ease, and growth over comfort. The journey may be long, but every disciplined step you take leads you toward a future brighter than anything you have imagined. The small habits you repeat shape the destiny you create, because life is not transformed by rare moments of inspiration, but by the quiet choices you make every single day. Many people wait for a perfect opportunity, a sudden burst of motivation, or a dramatic change to begin their journey. But destiny does not respond to occasional effort. It responds to consistent action. It listens to what you do repeatedly, not what you promise yourself in moments of excitement. Every habit, no matter how small, becomes a brick in the foundation of your future. And over time, these bricks form the path you walk, the strength you carry, and the person you become. Think of the simple habits you practice daily. They may seem insignificant. Reading a few minutes each day, organizing your space, exercising for a short while, reflecting on your goals, choosing positive thoughts over negative ones. But these tiny decisions quietly shape your mindset, your discipline, and your confidence. They sharpen your focus when life feels chaotic. They bring structure when everything around you seems uncertain. And most importantly, they create momentum, that invisible force that makes it easier to keep moving forward even when challenges arise. The small habits you repeat also influence your attitude toward life. Each time you choose kindness, you strengthen your ability to connect with others. Each time you express gratitude, you train your heart to recognize abundance rather than scarcity. Each time you face a difficult situation with patience instead of anger, you deepen your emotional strength. These habits become part of your identity, turning you into someone who does not break under pressure but grows through it. Your destiny is not determined in moments of comfort. It is forged in the small, everyday decisions that build your character. Many people underestimate the power of small habits because they expect immediate results. But the truth is that the most powerful growth is often invisible at first. A seed does not sprout the moment it touches the soil. It grows quietly beneath the surface, preparing itself for the world. Your habits work the same way. They may not show results today or tomorrow, but one day you will look back and realize how far you have come simply because you showed up consistently and faithfully. If your habits are weak, your future becomes uncertain. If your habits are strong, your future becomes unstoppable. That is why small habits matter. They are easier to manage, easier to repeat, and easier to sustain. And over time, they grow into powerful patterns that create discipline, excellence, and success. So begin today. Choose one habit that brings you closer to the person you wish to become. Repeat it again and again until it becomes a natural part of your life. With each repetition, you rewrite your destiny. With each small step, you walk toward a future filled with purpose, strength, and hope. Every challenge becomes easier when you break it into simple, daily steps, because no mountain is climbed in a single leap, and no great victory is achieved in one moment of effort. Life tests us with tasks that may seem overwhelming, responsibilities that feel too heavy, and dreams that appear too distant. But the truth is that nothing is impossible when you divide the journey into pieces you can manage. A challenge only feels impossible when you look at it as a whole. Once you break it down, it becomes a path of small, achievable actions that guide you forward, one steady step at a time. Too often, people become discouraged because they focus on the size of their struggle instead of the strength of their progress. They see the full weight of the journey and feel unprepared, forgetting that every great accomplishment in history began with a single step taken by someone who dared to start. When you break a challenge into daily tasks, you take control. You shift from feeling powerless to feeling purposeful. You begin to understand that progress is not measured by speed but by direction, and even the smallest movement forward is still movement. Daily steps create discipline. They allow you to build consistency without overwhelming yourself. You may not see results immediately, but each step creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence fuels determination. Before you realize it, the challenge that once felt impossible becomes manageable. You start to trust the process, knowing that each day has its own role to play in your success. Breaking challenges into simple steps also helps you stay focused. When you try to change everything at once, you become exhausted. Your mind becomes confused and your energy scattered. But when you focus on one clear step each day, your direction becomes sharp and your purpose strong. A single step might look small, but combined over weeks and months, it becomes a powerful force that transforms your life. You may face setbacks along the way. There will be days when the steps feel heavy, or when doubt whispers that you are moving too slowly. But remember, slow progress is still progress. Progress made with patience lasts longer than progress made in haste. Every day you show up, even in a small way, you strengthen your resilience. You build the mental and emotional toughness needed to overcome anything that stands in your path. Life does not demand perfection from you, it only asks for persistence. If you continue taking consistent steps, no matter how small, the challenge will eventually bend in your favor. The impossible will begin to look possible. What once felt far will begin to feel within reach. And one day you will stand at the top, realizing that you conquered the mountain not by jumping, but by walking, one simple step at a time. This is how challenges are defeated, and this is how destinies are shaped. Patience is a greater hack than speed, because the journey of life rewards those who endure, not those who rush. In a world that glorifies quick results, instant success, and overnight achievements, patience has become rare, yet it remains one of the most powerful tools a person can possess. Patience allows you to move with clarity instead of panic, with intention instead of impulse, and with strength instead of fear. Speed may bring short-term victories, but patience builds long-term transformation. It teaches you that real growth takes time, discipline, and steady commitment. When you rush, you make mistakes. You skip the lessons meant to shape you, the experiences meant to strengthen you, and the setbacks meant to teach you resilience. Rushed effort often collapses because it lacks a solid foundation. But when you move with patience, you build piece by piece, ensuring that every step is strong, every skill is solid, and every lesson becomes part of your character. Patience is not passivity. It is active endurance. It is choosing to stay committed even when progress is slow, choosing to trust the process even when results are not immediate, and choosing to believe in yourself even when the world doubts you. Slow consistency is more powerful than rushed intensity. Anyone can work hard for a moment, but few can work steadily for months or years. Anyone can feel motivated for a day, but true achievers continue even when motivation fades. Consistency is the force that shapes dreams into reality, and patience is the engine behind that consistency. With patience, you understand that every small effort, repeated over time, leads to greatness. Without patience, even the strongest motivation eventually burns out. Patience also strengthens your mind and emotions. It teaches you to handle frustration with grace and setbacks with wisdom. When things do not go your way, patience keeps you calm instead of reactive. It helps you see challenges not as signs of failure, but as opportunities to grow. This mindset is powerful because it keeps your spirit steady even in the face of difficulty. Patience gives you emotional stability, mental clarity, and spiritual strength, the qualities needed to navigate life's toughest moments. There will be times when you feel like your progress is invisible, when your efforts seem unnoticed, or when life feels slow. But it is during these quiet seasons that patience works its quiet magic. It shapes your character, sharpens your discipline, and prepares you for the moment when everything finally comes together. Remember that even nature moves with patience. Trees grow slowly, but they stand for centuries. Rivers carve mountains not through speed, but through persistent flow. So embrace patience as one of your greatest life hacks. Trust your journey, even when the steps are small. Believe in the power of steady progress, even when results are not immediate. Move forward with faith, knowing that what is meant for you will come in its own time. Slow consistency will take you further than hurried effort ever will, and patience will carry you to a future brighter than anything speed alone could ever achieve. The most powerful hack is controlling your inner attitude in difficult moments, because life will always challenge you with situations you cannot control. But your response will always remain in your hands. Strength is not measured by how loudly you speak or how forcefully you act, but by how calmly you can stand when the world shakes around you. Your attitude is the lens through which you see your struggles, your opportunities, and even your future. If the lens is cloudy with fear, anger, or doubt, everything appears impossible. But if the lens is clear with courage, patience, and hope, even the greatest challenges become stepping stones toward growth. Difficult moments are inevitable. Moments when people disappoint you, plans fail, and obstacles appear without warning. These moments have the power to break you or build you. The choice depends on your attitude. When you choose to panic, the problem grows bigger. When you choose anger, the burden becomes heavier. But when you take a deep breath, steady your mind, and respond with wisdom, you weaken the power that difficulty has over you. You remind yourself that storms do not last forever, and neither do the feelings they bring. Your attitude also shapes your ability to think clearly. In difficult moments, a negative mindset closes doors, while a positive mindset opens them. Negativity whispers that there is no solution, no way forward, no chance of success. But a strong inner attitude says, there must be a way, and I will find it. That belief alone can change outcomes. When your mind is calm, your ideas become sharper. When your heart is steady, your courage grows stronger. And when your attitude is positive, you begin to see opportunities where others only see obstacles. Controlling your attitude does not mean ignoring your emotions. It means acknowledging them, understanding them, and choosing not to let them control you. It means feeling fear, but still moving forward. Feeling sadness, but still rising each day. Feeling frustration, but still choosing patience. This is true strength, not the absence of emotion, but the mastery of it. When you master your emotions, you master your life. In difficult moments, your attitude also influences the people around you. A calm heart can calm an entire room. A hopeful spirit can lift others who feel lost. A determined attitude can inspire those who are ready to give up. You become a source of light, even in times of darkness. And in doing so, you strengthen your own resolve. There will be moments when controlling your attitude feels impossible. You may feel overwhelmed, tired, or defeated. But remember that every strong person you admire has stood in that same place and chosen to rise above their emotions. They chose clarity over chaos, faith over fear, and perspective over panic. So when difficulty comes, and it will, take a moment to breathe. Remind yourself that you are stronger than the storm you face. Shift your attitude from fear to courage, from stress to strategy, from frustration to focus. This inner control is the greatest life hack of all, because when you master your attitude, you become unstoppable no matter what challenges appear before you.